Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TCG Empire YouTube channel. Today we are here with Meta Monday, and for those of you that aren't sure what that is, that's where we take a deck that's doing really well in the meta and we kind of show it off, do some gameplay, and kind of give you the ins and outs of how the deck runs. Today we're going to be looking at Ian Rob's second place list from NAIC. Now, Ian was playing Umbreon, and this deck really does have a pretty good matchup into most of the meta because you can take that early aggression with the Umbreon and kind of pick off little things like Curlia and Ralts and stuff like that in the Guardian matchup. Plus you do hit for weakness with Umbreon, and then you do have Duraludon that can wall off things like Mew, other Arc variants, and then hitting 220 is really relevant into like certain matchups where they have Vs that they need to evolve into or evolve from, sorry. So as you can see here, we were running the 2-2 Duraludon, 2-2 Umbreon, and then the 4-3 Arc. The deck really does revolve around Arc. It's got a solid damage output, can be used with any energies, and then it allows you to accelerate really any of your other attackers, especially the Duraludon. It needing this weird kind of mix of energies with fighting and metal. It's really nice that the Arc can just accelerate any of those into play. And then we are running the Radiant Alakazam because outside of Duraludon hitting a basic V, there's really not a ton of ways to take one-shots. So you will have a lot of extra damage that you can play with. So being able to move this with the Radiant Alakazam can really help set up future knockouts. And it can also kind of let you do a weird play where you can go dark, double color, or double turbo energy on Umbreon, and you hit something for 10 with Mean Look, and then you can move that damage off and kind of create an infinite loop where you prevent your opponent from retreating. Now that won't happen all the time, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do to win, and if it results in that, then we'll take the dub. So yeah, as you can see, just pretty basic on the energies, standard supporter line with the Path, Lost City, Iono stuff. So yeah, we'll be sure to throw the list up right over there, but we're going to go ahead and hop into the games and see how the deck works.
All right, guys. So we are playing the Arctur Umbreon list that got second place at NAIC. It is Ian Rob's list. We're going to see exactly what we can do. Just waiting for the phone. Oh, I hope I go first. Thank you. All right, we get to go first. It's been a long week without recording. Definitely feels weird not to have recorded anything, so gonna get back into the grind of it now. We do start off with a mulligan, but thankfully it's just one. Looking at this start, it's not absolutely terrible. We do have the VSTAR as well as the turn 2 swing, so should be relatively okay. So we are playing against Lost Box. Duraludon does really well against Lost Box because it has such high HP. I think honestly we'll just attach. And Zach, do you think a second Arceus is necessary? Let me see. No. Alright. I picked up Zach from Arizona last weekend, or this last Monday after we hung out for the weekend, so he is here. So if you hear me asking questions, he's right in the back. Can't really see him because the lights aren't on very high, but he is here. Towards the end of the game, I'll have him pop in and say what's up. So be prepared. So he starts with a Battle VIP pass. Our hand's actually not terrible. Depending on what we draw, we could play the Iono, or we could just search for the energy as well as the Adventurous Discovery and start swinging, which I think might be okay to do, and then following the next turn we can start setting up Ionos. But looking at this, he does play Arctina, so might be a little bit more of an awkward matchup, but nothing too terrible. We just have to be wary because Giratina can one-shot us, so we need to make sure that we get a V-Guard. But the list does not play V-Guard, sadly, so... Lost City will be good if we can get rid of things like Sableye and Cramorant early. But we're going to have to see exactly how this goes. So he does get rid of Path, Mirage Gate, Nest Ball, another Giratina. Benches another Comfy. He can use Jet Energy. Okay, there's a Path to the Peak. That's going to be a little bit annoying because we're actually going to have to hope we can set up without our own Path now. So I think honestly we're just going to have to evolve and see what Iono gives us. If we can get a counter stadium, that'd be awesome. So we do get the energy as well as Nest Ball, so not that bad. Looking at this energy, let's Nest Ball. I think we are going to set up the Duraludons. And we do have the Radiant Alakazam as well. So we'll just go Duraludon. We'll attach a Dark Energy. And we'll Trinity Nova. I don't see a world where he's going to start swinging at us next turn, so I think we'll be okay. So it needs 2 fighting and a 2 steel and a fighting energy. So we'll power that up. We'll take the first knockout. And we did draw boss too, which is really good. Because depending on how our next turn goes, if we do somehow get an Ultra Ball or anything, we could go to the VMAX and KO one of these Giratinas. So let's see. He can knock us out, which can be a little bit annoying, but we should be okay in the sense of everything else. He has to be weary of his Mirage Gates, so there's 1 gone, so he only has 3 left. And depending on how his turn goes, we might be in a really good spot. So there's a Giratina VSTAR. We might be able to hit this for 180, which wouldn't be so bad. And then it kind of forces him to find the other VSTAR. He can Star Requiem us though, eventually. He has 4 more cards that he has to look for, so. And he has 2 Comfies gone already, so. Needs to find another Colress. He has 3 left. So he attaches to the Giratina and just passes. So we do get an Ultra Ball. So we could Ultra Ball and KO the Giratina. And then we could get a decent hit off. If he only has 1 Giratina gone, that's not too bad. Because there's 1 in the Lost Zone, then there's another one. We can't get the VSTAR. And then the following turn we do have Research, which isn't bad. So I think this is what we'll do. So we'll go Ultra Ball. We'll get rid of a Metal Energy and a Boss. We'll grab a Duraludon. And then we'll play down Duraludon. Retreat the DTE. Promote Duraludon. We'll reattach. And then we will boss up Giratina. And we can use G-Max Pulverization for 220. KO this, that way we only have to worry about 1, and then go from there. We did get rid of a second boss, which kind of is unfortunate, but we do play 3, so we do play Escape Rope as well. And if he can't damage this Duraludon right now, we should be in a really good spot. He can go to 7 with an Activate Mirage Gate, but if he doesn't have a Colress plus a way to use Devil Comfy, he can't Star Requiem. Even if he does Star Requiem, we still hit him for 180, and then we can set up some other attackers, which doesn't sound too bad. Because then we KO, he has to find another way to KO back. Most he can take is 5 prizes. He'll still be at 1, and then we just take the last prize on a Comfy. So having that boss play was really huge. There's the Mirage Gate. So he does have 7. He did get rid of Ace Sableye. There's a Colress. So now if he can find a way to get this Comfy into the active, he can use Star Requiem. But we can hit him for 180 with the Arceus. So it'll really come down to how he wants to play it out. And if he can't get the Star Requiem off, we can actually go down to 2 prizes off of a Comfy and go from there. So he does use Flower Selecting to go to 10. He has a Switch cart gone. And in here, he has a lot of outs still for switching, so. There's a Grass Energy, so he attaches there and he just passes. So he must not have had a way to switch. That's really good for us. So we can actually put out Lost City. And then, providing our other boss isn't prized, we can actually bring up the Giratina and KO it, go to 1 prize. So that doesn't sound bad at all. So I think what we'll do is we'll grab Umbreon. Let's make sure that the other boss is in the deck. It is. We do have Switch as well as Choice Belt. And we do have some energies as well to mess around with. So I think we'll do that and then just kind of start setting up for the following turns. So here we'll use Starbirth. And then from the Starbirth play, we're going to grab a boss, and then we could grab Raihan just in case he does KO. Raihan will let us grab I think what we'll do is we'll grab the Umbreon, and then we can take the KO next turn with the Arc on a Comfy or Greninja. So we'll use the boss's order, bring up Giratina, and then just in case this gets bossed up or anything to try and stall, we'll hit for a 220. And we'll take 2 prizes. Now we're only at 1, and we do have Ultra Ball as well to grab Umbreon. We know that we have a few more Ultra Balls in the deck, so as long as our hand doesn't get put away, we can win with the Arceus VSTAR. We can KO a Comfy. So having that back-to-back boss turn was really huge, as well as getting Lost City to get rid of Path for Arceus and Starbirth. So he does use Super Rod, and he does use Choice Belt. There's another Path to the Peak. And he does play Iono. He is going to Iono us to 1. So there's a Raihan. Raihan is huge. Raihan is what's going to win us the game right now. Potentially. It does use Star Requiem. And we're going to have to promote the Arceus here. But we do get Ultra Ball. So Ultra Ball will let us attach a energy. And then we can search for any card. So I think what we do... Let's see. We'll just Raihan, and we'll attach a Metal Energy. And we'll grab the... We could set up a supporter for next turn, But let's see, if I search for the dark and then next turn evolve, even if I can't boss around it, I can still KO. And if he chooses to stay in with this, yeah, grabbing Umbreon VMAX is probably the best play we can do, because 180 and 160 is the best way for the math to work out. So we'll go here. Let's use the Trinity Nova. Grab a dark energy. Let's put the dark on Umbreon. He's used 1 Mirage Gate, 2 Mirage Gates. So he does have 2 Mirage Gates. Wow, he plays 4 Giratinas. He plays a 4-3 line of Giratina. That's insane. Have you ever seen that? No. Yeah, this man has 1, 2, and then he has 2 in the Lost Zone. That's wild. So he has to find a way to retreat this. Okay, so our opponent is retreating. And he does go into Comfy. I mean, if he doesn't KO the Arceus, we're still in a good spot, because we can just hold off on not evolving. So that way he can't get 3 prizes. Okay, there's a switch cart. Goes into the other Comfy. He has a lot of energy gone as well. 1, 2. Well, he still has some Psychics and everything left, but he's already used Star Requiem, so. There's a Culver's Experiment. He has 1 Mirage Gate gone, so he has 2 Mirage Gates gone, he has 2 Psychics gone, he has 2 Grass gone, and our opponent just concedes, so he must not have gotten the way to retreat. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Again, it was a nice break, but we're back to consistent uploads, at least for the next 10 weeks, and then we'll kind of take a break again and see how that goes. But I'm gonna have Zach jump in real quick just to say what's up, and then yeah, I'll catch you guys on Tech Tuesday.
Yo, what is going on, peeps? I need to talk louder than that. What if I don't want to, huh? Yo, what's going on, everybody? Good to be here on the channel again. Something new for you guys, you know, at the in-person collab. You know, had a fun week here with Tyler, and I wish you guys could see this man's setup. He puts a lot of work into this YouTube stuff, so show the support by going down to the comments, giving us a like, a sub, and we'll see you tomorrow for Tech Tuesday.